Hello everyone, this is part 6 of What If Naruto Leaves Konoha and Joins Akatsuki, and I hope you guys enjoy this video and to like, to subscribe, to share, and check out the playlist. To see more, comment down below. Now let's start the intro.
They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god.
Join my membership, the perks are great. It's in the description. Getting through and out of the snow country was easy, considering that he wasn't the only one leaving. It turned out that Naruto got lucky. The time he was leaving was the same that all the visitors and/or tourists leave, making it easy for Naruto to blend in. After safely getting out of the snow, Naruto crossed the border into the Earth country. For the most part he managed to avoid the stone shinobi way, but one time he did happen to sit quite close to a stone shinobi group and overhear a single plan-altering conversation. "So were you part of the strike force?" asked Stone 1. It's 3 nins taking and I'm lazy. "No, they sent me to clean up the mess and search for any secret doents and stuff," replied Stone 2. "So what the hell was there at the Akatsuki hideout?" asked Stone 3. "Nothing much at all. It was like it was deserted," explained Stone 2. "We found who the members were, some info about the missions, but otherwise there was nothing." "2 of the members are still on the loose, right?" Stone 1 asked. "Yay, there were only 3 when we attacked," said Stone 3. "I believe there's a cloud nin and a grass nin that are still loose," explained Stone 2. "Oh, and there was something about a leaf nin, but he seemed to have quit that organization about half a year before it was taken down." "So the Akatsuki were taken down," mused Naruto. "It seems that Raiko and Mia haven't been captured yet. That's good, though I wonder how the stone knew where to go." Naruto decided to continue listening in. "Doesn't it seem strange that just out of the blue there was an anonymous tip-off about the Akatsuki and that it was right?" wondered Stone 1. "Yay, but we got them, so I don't think it matters that much," said Stone 3. They continued chatting for a while longer before finally leaving, but never again about the Akatsuki. Naruto paid for his food and went back to his hotel to think. 6 months after I left, they were taken down by an anonymous tip-off. Who would know where the Akatsuki were located? Naruto quickly realized that no one, apart from the members themselves, knew where headquarters was. A random passerby gets lucky. No, you'd have to be able to recognize them as missing nin. Naruto pondered it for a little while longer, but came up with nothing. "Oh well, that means one less group to hide from," thought Naruto happily. "That's good that Raiko and Mia were able to escape. Now, though, they won't be found. Especially Mia, she can hide like no other." Naruto wandered through the Earth country for another week, seeking some more information about the Akatsuki takedown. He found out that the sand had helped the stone, but that this also seemed to have sparked a civil war to break out within the sand. A hot spot for danger, the people called it, and Naruto agreed. After the Earth country, Naruto had a choice between the rain and the grass country. He considered the seasons and instantly chose to go to the grass country. "No way am I going the rain country in the middle of the rainy season, no way in hell." Naruto had in no way forgotten about his training and would always make sure to practice wherever he went. Naruto walked off of the road and into a wide open field and began to practice his taijutsu. Halfway through one of his kata, he noticed a big solitary oak tree standing on the opposite end of the field. I remember this place. Flashback. "Now Naruto," yelled Mia from the other side of the field, "I want you to grab me with your vines." "You're not gonna stand still, are you?" asked Naruto with a scowl. Mia smiled. "Of course not. What's the fun in that?" She gave a small chuckle before her face went absolutely serious. "Now come on." All right, he grumbled and touched the tree. He closed his eyes to envision where the vine was going and directed him to go where Mia was. As soon as the vine got within a meter of her, she jumped away shouting, "Missed." Naruto then began to redirect the vine, but was again too slow. "This is impossible. How am I supposed to catch you with only one vine?" he yelled. "My dear boy, whoever said you can only use one?" she said in a sweet voice. "What, you mean this whole time I could have made several?" asked Naruto incredulously. "Of course," she replied. Naruto once again pressed him palm to the tree. "Now she tells me, but how would I coordinate multiple vines?" Naruto thought a little and then decided to put his taijutsu senses into play. I'll try to guess where she's going to jump based to her movement and then have a vine waiting for her. Naruto put his idea into action, but found it hard to guess where Mia was going to jump next. Is she doing this on purpose? Wait, who am I kidding? Of course she is. At that point Mia decided to give Naruto another clue. Kid, you're never gonna catch me using this little number of vines. Little number, thought Naruto, who had by now been trained to read into people's words. I'm using 10 right now, but, wait a second, this morning she said we were going to train on a full scale. Naruto growled a little. A full scale, of course, she wants me to cover the entire field in vines. Naruto then gathered up more chakra and did exactly that. He shot vines out in all directions and concentrated even harder to know which vine to activate to capture Mia. Out of the corner of his eye he saw Mia jump away and instantly prepped the group of vines she was going to land close to. Gotcha, thought Naruto, but too early. Mia didn't land fully, she just barely touched the ground, but enough to jump away. It kept going like this until Naruto had run out of chakra. That was good, Naruto, you figured out the point of my initial lesson, said Mia. End flashback. A smile grazed Naruto's face as he put his hand on the tree. Our memories, and then I remember the next day of training, to make the vines jump out like 6 feet, that was torturous. Naruto then noticed that it was getting dark really fast. I forgot that about the grass country, the dusk only lasts like 30 minutes. Naruto picked up his bag, got back on the trail and continued to the next village. A bandit tried to mug him soon after he had set out, but Naruto just calmly K him without even breaking stride. F idiot. He rented a room at the hotel nearest to the village's exit and went to get something to eat. Afterwards Naruto decided to wander around the village and finally found his way to a hilltop overlooking the entire village. Nice place they got here. It was about midnight when Naruto decided to stop his contemplations and go get a good night's sleep. On the way back he passed an alley where he saw a kid getting beat up by the local gang. Naruto was going to just walk on by, when suddenly an image flashed through his mind. The image contained himself as a 10-year-old kid being beat up by some villagers. Naruto scowled and looked back at the beating in the alley. God damn it. I don't care about that kid, I should just walk away, it's none of my business, said one side of his mind. But another said the exact opposite. Naruto suddenly found himself stuck in the middle. Finally, on a random impulse he decided to walk towards the gang. I don't even know why I'm doing this, it's not like I care. Oh, what the hell, may as well draw some B, he concluded. What the hell do you think you're doing? Yelled a man, who seemed to be the leader, as another crouched down to check his fallen comrade. He's D, said the man slowly. This seemed to piss off the first guy. You're gonna pay for that. He yelled. Naruto just stood there calmly with uncaring eyes. When he was finally done he turned his attention to the boy. Hey, you alright? He asked. The boy was still shocked that Naruto could easily defeat all those people. Why yes, TT thank YUS sir. No problem, said Naruto with a smile. Now come on, it's time for you to go home. Naruto helped the boy back home and assured him that those people won't be bothering him for a long time. They sure as hell won't. At least half of them, and the rest, well, they will be in the hospital for several months. After that some will walk, others won't. Naruto felt surprisingly good after doing that. Why do I feel so happy inside? Naruto brushed it off and turned in for the night. For some reason unknown to Naruto, he stayed in that village for another week. Maybe it was to watch out for the boy, or maybe to relive some more memories by practicing on that field. Either way, Naruto found the place to be surprisingly comfortable. But all good things must come to an end, and at the end of the week Naruto finally forced himself to leave and traveled around the grass for about a month. After the grass country, Naruto made his way into the lightning country. Just like with the grass, Naruto stayed in the lightning country for a month, wandering all over the place. During that time he found his way to a lonely mountain, the top of which was shrouded in clouds. Naruto decided to climb on top of it again. This time he'll take the hard way Raiko was talking about. 6 hours later Naruto was only about a quarter of the way up the mountain. Damn, I should have known when Raiko said hard he meant it. Hey wait, I wonder if I could do that jutsu. Naruto then pumped more chakra into his feet and jumped slightly off the wall, adding in more chakra to achieve the desired result. Yes, I can still do it. Naruto yelled while standing on air. Too bad it only lasted for about a minute, though Naruto as he quickly made his way via, floating, to a more comfortable climbing area. And to think it took me 3 weeks to learn that. It was funny how Raiko had to try it 3 times before he actually got it work. Naruto laughed as he remembered that day of training. Finally, after another half day, Naruto was finally on the summit. I remember training to fight with these clouds obstructing my vision. Actually, that's when I learned to use that special ability of my eyes. Flashback. Naruto is standing in torn clothing in the dense fog, looking all around him, trying to anticipate the upcoming attack. Raiko strikes at him, and this time Naruto is at least able to block. Damn it. I can't last like this. The look in his eyes when he hits me, he's just laughing at me. All these thoughts slowly, but surely angered Naruto, and he had activated his demon's eyes without realizing it. Raiko struck Naruto head in the middle section once more, but this time when their eyes met, Naruto's mind flashed through all of the hellish tortures that he would give Raiko. To Naruto's great surprise and shock, Raiko fell on the ground screaming and grabbing his head in pain. Naruto then sees the whip-like marks that appear on his exposed arms. What the hell? No one around here has a whip. The screaming did not last more than a minute before Raiko abruptly stopped and fell unconscious. Itachi then came up and examined him. Finding only a few non-serious physical he drew back Raiko's eyelids and activated his Mangekyo. In about half a minute, Itachi stood up and looked back at Naruto, who now had a confused, horrified look on his face. Naruto, tell me exactly what happened, said Itachi in a very serious tone. Well, he hit me and I guess I had already activated my demon's eyes, Naruto began explaining. So then I was really pissed off and thought back to some of Kyuubi's memories from hell and wished I could do that to Raiko. Itachi seemed to think all this over. Did you maintain eye contact with him during all of this? He finally asked. Naruto thought back. Yes, I did, he answered. I see, Itachi said in a faraway voice. What is it, Itachi-sensei? Asked Naruto. Naruto, I want you to do that same thing you just did, to me, said Itachi. But sensei, you will get hurt like Raiko, and Naruto started protesting, but was then seen off by Itachi. Just do it. Naruto then concentrated and brought back that same anger and frustration he was feeling during his battle with Raiko. He activated his eyes and let all his raw emotions out along with the Kyuubi's memories of hell. Itachi had by now activated his Mangekyo and was staring down Naruto, but for now neither side had an advantage. Itachi then increased the effects of his technique and finally made Naruto break down. What was that? Asked Naruto uncertainly. He saw that Itachi had activated his Mangekyo, yet he was able to withstand it. Naruto, it seems your eyes have an ability similar to my Mangekyo, explained Itachi. What? Really? Naruto stared wide-eyed. Yes, though yours seems to work the mind a little differently from mine. How? I'm not exactly sure, said Itachi. We'll have to do more experimentation to find out. End flashback. It took me 6 months to fully understand and master 2 levels of that technique. A mind technique that affects all levels of the mind, making any imagined eye appear on the physical body. That was what Itachi said about it. Naruto had always felt that Itachi was a bit jealous of Naruto's eyes having so much power. Of course, Mangekyo had its own advantages that Naruto's Hell Jutsu simply could not do, so Naruto's was not an all-powerful eye. Throughout the years I have managed to get it up to level 7. There are 2 more levels, but anything beyond 5 is basically instant death to humans. After the merge, Naruto considered himself as more of a half-demon. Also, he noticed that it would really throw off his opponents to be called human during battle. Naruto stayed on the mountain until his food had run out and then finally went down and left the Lightning Country several days after that. What is wrong with me? It's bluntly obvious I shouldn't stay so long in a country with a hidden village, Naruto continuously scolded himself. I guess a part of me never loses hope that I might stumble upon him just once more. When Naruto was ready to leave, he contemplated the idea of trying to find Kisame, but decided against it. He wouldn't want me to just be pestering him without a purpose, reasoned Naruto. Hence Naruto briefly traveled through the water country and soon found himself in the wave country. He noted that it was now quite the economical center, completely different from its ruined state just 6 years ago. Wow, it has been that long, Naruto couldn't suppress his curiosity and went to find Tazuna's house, making sure he wasn't noticed as he sat in a nearby tree waiting for the family to get home. The first person he saw was Inari, who was now very happy and cheerful. Naruto smiled slightly as that. Next he saw his mother, who was scolding Inari for being late. Finally Tazuna arrived tired and grumpy, as usual, thought Naruto. From what Naruto caught of the conversation, Tazuna was contracted to build a bridge for the water country and has just returned today. My luck is improving, thought Naruto. Naruto stayed in the wave country for a week, shadowing Tazuna's family, before finally leaving. Naruto decided to avoid the fire country and instead travel by sea. He hired a man to take him to the wind country on a private boat. The voyage took 3 weeks, during which time Naruto and the captain had become good friends. The man had found out that Naruto was a ninja when Naruto accidentally dozed off and fell overboard, but landed on top of the water. The man didn't care for that and instead took the time to get to know Naruto as if he was a regular person. They arrived to the wind a week behind schedule due to the fact that they decided to wait out a storm. They were damn glad they did too, after all the wreckage that they saw along the way. Naruto wasn't that big of a water person and was happy to finally be on land. He paid the man and went on his way. I wonder how Gaara is doing, he mused while walking down one of the main roads. Especially with that civil war happening in his country. Just then his senses picked up on a fight not too far in the forest. Naruto thought it's probably some bandits again jumped toward it. For the past several months since saving that kid in the grass, Naruto had been unable to pass up a chance to help people in need. However, once Naruto got to the battle scene, he wished that he hadn't come. There he saw 6 shinobi, sand most likely, fighting 3 other sand nins that looked familiar to Naruto. Damn it, I don't want to interfere with a shinobi battle. Just then Naruto recognized one of the sand nin. That's Gaara, he thought, then I don't need to help them, Gaara will be fine. Naruto stayed hidden in the tree above the battle and continued observing. Naruto then appeared right behind the 2 sand nins with dual Raisingans and s them into their backs. The comrades of the 2D sand nins were absolutely shocked that a shinobi had appeared out of nowhere and K2 of their best Fuutan uses. Who the hell are you? Yelled the captain of the remaining 4, and why the hell did you just do that? Naruto's cold eyes focused on the leader. No, and because they see me, he replied monotonously. What do you mean, no? Whose side are you on, the loyalists or radicals? The leader spat out the last name. My own, simply answered Naruto. So he's a loyalist. If this gets any worse, I'll probably side with Gaara. At this point the leader noticed that Naruto didn't wear a forehead protector. Hey, what village are you from? Naruto's eyes flashed slightly. I didn't come here to get interrogated. You have no authority over me, Naruto said very forcefully. So then you must be a radical, get him. He commanded a ninja dressed in all gray. Gaara saw the shock and confusion on their faces and took this opportunity to his advantage. He made his sand wrap around the leader and lifted him up into the air. Before any of the other sand nin could comprehend, Gaara said, desert funeral. Naruto then walked up to Gaara, and here I was thinking you could defend yourself without my help. Gaara got a bewildered and angry look on his face. We were doing absolutely fine and had already made up a plan, until you showed up. Now Gaara, we should be thankful that this young man helped us out, since we were outnumbered, said Temari gently and bowed slightly to Naruto, saying a respectful thank you. Naruto chuckled slightly. It was no problem. After all, I was just repaying a debt, he said with a smile. The 3 sand nins looked at him with confused faces. What do you mean, a debt? Asked Temari. Have we met before? Meanwhile Gaara was closely studying this mysterious shinobi, who managed to take out 3 high-level sand junin as if they were nothing. He had a very strange feeling that he knew this person and that this person meant something to him. Naruto could tell that Gaara was close to guessing who he was and decided to give him a clue. He turned, stared Gaara straight in the eyes and then switched them to his demonic ones and back again. Gaara's eyes widened in realization. You couldn't be Naruto? He asked very uncertainly. Naruto smiles, guilty as charged, he said. It's been a while, hasn't it? Gaara, Temari and Kankuro. The 3 stared at him wide-eyed. He had changed so much since they last saw him. They had all heard that he was a missing nin, and since the raid on the Akatsuki they knew that he had been part of that organization. Yet here he was standing in front of them, smiling, even, or at least they thought it was a smile since he still wore a face mask. Do people only recognize me by my whisker marks? I mean, seriously, said Naruto with a laugh. Naruto then looked around. Come on, we should leave the battlefield. As they walked to the Sand Siblings campsite, the regular, "How are yous?" were exchanged. Naruto tried to tell them as little about his life as he could. As a missing nin you must always be wary, is what Itachi used to say. At the campsite they all sat around the fire on which a large deer was roasting. The wind country isn't all desert, where they are right now it's a forest. Naruto broke the silence. So what's with this civil I've been hearing about? He asked. The civil war is a dispute about who the next Kazekage should be, explained Temari. The loyalists want to appoint Baki, our former sensei, as the Kazekage. The radicals, however, have nominated a female Kage. A female Kage? I don't see the problem with that. Who would it be? Asked Naruto calmly. According to tradition in the sand, the Kazekage must be male. As for who the female Kage is, well, they have elected me, said Temari. Naruto raised an eyebrow. So I'm talking to the future Kazekage, huh? Nothing has been decided yet, said Kankuro. It's basically some old geezers who are set in their ways against the new generation, concluded Naruto, simplifying it for himself. Only it isn't that simple, there are other factors that one must consider, said Temari. There's the political and the economical angle. Naruto suddenly see her off, but this is a war. Right now there is no politics and there is no economy. It's all about who can gain control first, said Naruto. You will be a great Kage if you are thinking of these things ahead of time, but right now you must focus on the situation at hand, and that's the war. Once you win the war, you can worry about those other factors, all you want. Temari was shocked that Naruto had just so plainly laid everything out for her. It was true she couldn't do anything politically, economically or socially until she was in the Kage position. Alright, so that simply narrows our problem down to winning the war, she said with new enthusiasm. Uzumaki, Naruto, thought Gaara, whenever he comes into my life he always manages to change things for the better. So what's your plan of action? Asked Naruto, so that I know where and when to stay out of your way, he clarified. Huh? Asked Temari, you're not going to help us. Help you? No, I'm just sightseeing here. And the last thing I need is leaf hunter nin knocking, no breaking down my door, he said very calmly. You don't sightsee in the desert, said Gaara bluntly, you are here for another purpose. Naruto frowned slightly. Well, I guess I did have an ulterior motive for coming here. Everyone listened closely to what Naruto was going to say. I guess I just wanted to see Gaara again and ask how he was doing. The serious air was instantly broken and an exasperated sigh was heard from Kankuro and Temari. Naruto laughed. What did you think? I was here to assassinate some advanced bloodline or something. I'm not part of the Akatsuki anymore, you know. Advanced bloodline? The sand doesn't have that many, said Gaara, contemplating something. And all of those are very well hidden away. Look, I'm not going to hide out for a year and then jump straight into the boiling kettle, also known as the Leaf Village, without gathering some information about what's happened in the world first, explained Naruto. Why would you want go to Leaf again? Asked Gaara. I have a score to settle with someone there, answered Naruto, his eyes going cold, stopping the conversation right there. They ate their food in silence, but before they all went to bed, Temari made one final request to Naruto. Please Naruto-san, think it over, we could really use your help with this. I really don't want to attract attention, and this isn't the most discreet of operations, you know, he replied. I understand, but maybe we could keep you in the shadows somehow. Just please sleep on it and give us your answer in the morning. Naruto nodded in agreement and went to bed. After everyone had gone to sleep, Naruto was up for several hours contemplating his course of action. I could keep attention of my back and stay in the shadows, as Temari said. But then again, this is a war we're talking about. I would have to fight and then rumors would get around and the next thing I know I'm fighting off Hunter Nin. Naruto did still feel obligated to help out his friends. They did help him out when he was in need. You must take risks and make sacrifices for your friends, said Naruto out loud. I don't remember who said that or how many times I've heard it, but that doesn't make it any less true. And with that Naruto fell asleep. Gaara has also merged with Shukaku and can sleep now. On a scale of 1 to 10, how cruel would it be if I just see it off right there? In the morning, Naruto announced his decision, saying that he will stay and help him out. Temari thanked him, Gaara didn't say anything, and Kankuro was still visibly wary of traveling with Naruto. So what's the plan? Asked Naruto. Well, for now we have been gathering up support and fighting off loyalist attacks, answered Kankuro. Naruto thought a little while. I see, and how are things within the village? It's chaos, constant battles between the loyalists and the radicals, explained Temari. But who has supposed control? Who is in the Kazekage Tower? Naruto continued questioning. The enemy holds it for now, but they don't really have control over anything else, said Gaara. Well, Naruto mused, if you are able to resist them enough so that they don't have control anywhere else, then all you really need to do is capture their last bastion. You're telling us to go and attack the Kazekage Tower? Asked Kankuro incredulously. Are you trying to get us K? Naruto chuckled, well, that is the only place you don't have at least partial control over. He's right, said Temari in a serious voice. What? Yelled Kankuro. This is the only way, continued Temari, if we hope to gain full control we have to relieve them of control of everything. Good, you understand, said Naruto. Now to think up a plan, you said that the Sand Village is in chaos and that there are constant battles, right? Yes, but how would that help us? Asked Temari. Simple, the battles are a distraction while several of our teams attack the Kazekage Tower, explained Naruto. That sounds easy enough, argued Kankuro, but they have the tower right now and they can't gain control. So what makes you think that we will be able to? They can't gain control because your leader is alive and your followers have something to fight for, said Naruto, but if either side were to lose their leader it would be weakened greatly. So you're saying we'll have to K Baki, said Temari. Yes, if you want control. But he was our teacher, I mean, said Temari. No, you can't hold any kind of attachments to him, said Naruto darkly. He's your enemy now, nothing more, nothing less. Naruto smiled a little, if all else fails, Gaara can K him right. Gaara looked at Naruto in annoyance, you know I'm not a K machine anymore, he stated with slight anger. Aha, and it didn't rain B yesterday, Naruto countered. Then noticing Gaara's slightly saddened look added, hey, it's alright, I understand how you feel. Hell, I K more people than you yesterday. What did you do to that third guy? Asked Gaara, since to him it looked like Naruto hadn't even touched him. The Sand siblings were shocked at the calmness of Naruto's voice when it came to such ABK. Is this what Akatsuki training is like? Wondered Temari. He's a monster, just like Gaara, thought Kankuro shaking slightly. You've changed a lot, Naruto, I hope you haven't become how I was before, thought Gaara, wait a second, pressure points. So you were present at the Leaf Student exam right before the Hyuga assassination, said Gaara as more of a statement than a question. Yeah, answered Naruto, that was my easy entrance into Konoha. How'd you know? We heard from a Sand Nin that was there about what happened. You were there for scouting purposes, right? Asked Temari. Naruto was slightly confused now, well yes, I did do some scouting of course, he replied uncertainly. I wasn't just gonna dash right into the Hyuga manor. Temari led her head at him, but you weren't the strike team, she said. What? Asked Naruto now completely confused. You want revenge on that legendary Sannin for Kei Itachi, am I right? Asked Gaara. Well yay, answered Naruto slightly shocked that Gaara was able to read him that well. You were Itachi's accomplice during the whole thing, he continued. Accomplice? What story are you going off of? Asked Naruto. Gaara and Temari told Naruto the official story that Tsunade cooked up about Itachi being the assassin. So that's what they did. Mused Naruto. Well, no wonder I've been easily able to avoid any Hunter-nin, they shifted the blame. Naruto then told them the truth about the Hyuga assassination. So they covered it up for political reasons, mused Temari. A good move for them, the alternative would have raised chaos. I guess, anyway we should get going, said Naruto. How dare they blame everything on Itachi Ni-chan? I keep finding more and more reason to K Jiraiya. The group of four left their campsite and began their way through the desert to the hidden Sand Village. They had of course encountered some resistance on the journey, but nothing they couldn't handle. Naruto had picked up a sand forehead protector from one of his K and could now avoid questioning by any of the other radicals. It took them about 2 months to coordinate the attack, a month to wait for everyone to get into position and another month to wait for the perfect opportunity. Their break came when they got word of a secret meeting that was going to happen in the Kazekage Tower. All the loyalist leaders were gonna be there. They knew the fighting would be tougher, but this was a sure way to gain control. Temari, Gaara, Kankuro and Naruto were all in one team that would split apart once they got in the tower. Gaara would go with Temari to K Baki and Naruto would go with Kankuro to K the rest of the leaders. They would of course have support teams, but the responsibility would rest on them. Since the meeting was going to start at midnight, the distraction teams attacked at 11:30 p.m. They successfully drew off all the loyalist shinobi, except those guarding the tower. At exactly midnight Temari gave the signal to attack the Kazekage Tower. Gaara broke down the gate with his sand and heavy fighting ensued. Gaara, Temari, Kankuro and Naruto managed to avoid the main fighting and advanced on up the tower. They soon came up to the meeting chamber and instantly burst in. Inside they saw Baki and 6 other people, who instantly jumped up into fighting stances. At this point Gaara and Temari split off focusing on Baki while Naruto and Kankuro took care of everyone else. Normally Naruto would use AL Cloud, but he knew his allies had no resistance to L so he couldn't use that. Instead he did several seals and said, Kaiten, Hausenka. 5 fireballs flew toward Naruto's opponents, who were shocked that a sand nin could do Kaiten. Some dodged and those that didn't, not only got burned, but were also hit with a shuriken. Kankuro used this opportunity to attack with his kurori and managed to capture one of his opponents while he was dodging Naruto's jutsu. Naruto then dodged and blocked some taijutsu attacks that were being thrown at him. He quickly did half a dozen seals and whispered, Raiten, electric claws. That left only one more opponent. Naruto smirked as he saw that his opponent was going to use a wind attack against him. That won't work, thought Naruto as he quickly ran through some hand seals, Raiten, short circuit. Then at the same time that the sand nin shot forward his wind attack, Naruto shot his lightning attack at the sand nin. Since the wind attack took longer to complete, Baki used his wind attacks to keep Gaara's sand away and at the same time counter Temari's attacks. Finally Temari saw an opportunity, right after Baki had blown back Gaara's sand, and she unleashed her most powerful non-summoning attack. Baki did not have time to raise a proper defense and thrown back into the wall behind him. He got up and was about to charge at when he suddenly felt that he could not move his legs. Unknown to Baki, Gaara had his sand creeping up behind Baki and when blown back Baki just happened to land in that sand. Baki D. 1 month later, Naruto had helped Temari become the Kazekage and crush any revolts. Temari instantly set out to make life better for everyone in the village and within a month was liked and respected as the new Kazekage. Naruto was now planning to leave, since diplomatic relations would soon be coming from the other villages including the Leaf. So you're going? Asked Gaara. I can't stay here, said Naruto while throwing more of his belongings in his bag. Plus I still have things to do. Do you really think you can beat him? I don't know, he was able to KO Itachi, replied Naruto. You know we're not all powerful, said Gaara, you should, I don't know, test yourself somehow. Test myself, mused Naruto. That's not a bad idea. I would have to find a very strong opponent though. Gaara nodded. Just know that you are always welcome here, he said. Thanks Gaara, Naruto gave him a quick hug. You and your siblings are really good people. Not many of those left in this world. With that Naruto disappeared from the sand, leaving Gaara with a feeling that they would see each other again. While running through the desert Naruto's mind went back to what Gaara said, it's true, I need to test out my powers before confronting Jiraiya. After several minutes of contemplation Naruto knew exactly who he was going to test himself against. He'll be perfect, thought Naruto with a sly grin and adjusted his course slightly eastward. Naruto sat in a tree overlooking the entrance to the underground house. I can just smell all the snakes crawling around here, my fox side is going crazy. Naruto had quickly made his way northeast, past the fire country, into the infamous Sound country. He first made his way to the Sound village, but had soon found out that Orochimaru actually spent most of his time outside the village in some sort of secret lair. It didn't take Naruto long to find this secret lair, considering all he had to do all follow the smell of snakes and bee. Once he had found it, Naruto spent an extra bit of time looking for some sort of back door or alternate entrance, but had found nothing. It's going to be a pain going through the front door, but it doesn't look like I have a choice. Out of habit, Naruto decided to wait till nightfall to attack, not that it really matters since they live in darkness anyway, but this way at least I'll feel more comfortable, mused Naruto. Naruto decided not to blow up the door with a powerful jutsu, but instead opted for stealth. He was confronted with a dark corridor. Naruto immediately activated his demon eyes, which gave him night vision. He saw that the corridor was absolutely straight and sloped downwards. Naruto quickly followed it and arrived at a door. Inside he was confronted with 3 doors. What the F? Naruto didn't really care though and picked the right one. A giant snake leaped out at him with its mouth open. Naruto jumped out of the way, kicking the snake in the back of the head. The snake turned around and made to bite Naruto, who disappeared, reappearing right behind the snake and chopped its head off. Alright, let's see what's behind door number 2, said Naruto holding his katana in a defensive position. Naruto then opened the middle door and made to defend himself, but quickly stopped himself seeing that there was nothing. Naruto shrugged slightly and went inside, ending up in a large completely open room with another door on the other side. As soon as he got to the middle of the room, the door behind him shut itself and a metal bars fell down from the ceiling in front of both doors, sealing Naruto inside. Oh joy! Though Naruto as he saw 4 ninjas appear out of nowhere. Naruto decided to entertain himself. And who might you be? He asked in a pleasant tone. We are the 4 sounds. They then introduced themselves as the north, south, east or west gates, but Naruto tuned out all of that and openly yawned. This seemed to piss him off as some of the scowled. The North Nin attacked Naruto head-on with taijutsu, which Naruto had no problem blocking and had soon counter-attacked with a kick to the guy's ribs, sending him into a wall. Naruto then immediately dodged a Fuutan jutsu from the South Nin. Seeing that the West Nin was going to use a Kaiten jutsu, Naruto did a dozen hand seals and when his opponent said, Kaiten, Gukakyu no jutsu, Naruto countered with a Kiryu Enden. The West Nin, being immobilized while performing his jutsu. While doing the Kiryu Enden, Naruto had been distracted and was unable to block a horde of punches from the South Nin. Naruto was thrown into a wall, but his opponent made a small mistake, giving Naruto a bit of time to regain his footing and was rewarded with a kick to the head, immediately followed by a knee to the kidney and a heavy punch that sent her flying back towards her teammates. Not losing even a second, Naruto did a half-dozen hand seals and said, Raiten, chain lightning, shooting one large bolt of lightning at the still flying back South Nin. The lightning hit the South Nin as soon as she had landed and immediately broke off and hit her teammates as well. Too bad chain lightning divides the damage, making each of the target only take a fraction of the actual damage. The shock from the lightning had temporarily phased the Sound Nins and Naruto used this little time to teleport right next to them and chop off the North Nin's head. He was going to stab the East Nin, but he had gone to Cursed Seal level 1 and managed to get away in time. Naruto wasted no time in immobilizing the South Nin, threw a pressure point on the neck and rendered her temporarily paralyzed from the neck down. The East Nin, meanwhile, had pulled out 3 bells from his pouch and threw them at Naruto, who instinctively dodged. However, when the bells hit the ground they made a very loud high-pitched sound that Naruto just couldn't stand. Goddamn, what is that? Naruto was forced to stop his attack and cover his ears. The Sound Nin smirked and threw another bell right at Naruto, but this one exploded right after the first bounce. Naruto was thrown back and made a dent on the wall. Naruto then put a palm on the ground and closed his eyes, as if feeling for something. The Sound Nin thought that the high-pitched sound was finally breaking down Naruto, but just as he was about to finish him off with taijutsu he found that his legs were bound. Looking down he noticed some brown and green vines, with small purple flowers snacking their way up his legs. Suddenly the flowers opened up quickly, shooting out a light purple smoke. The Sound Nin didn't have time to react before he had already inhaled the smoke. He suddenly felt the world around him spin. He shook his head several times and the spinning stopped. The isn't even that strong, he thought. He rushed at Naruto, but out of nowhere a giant red plant jumped out at him and made to bite his head off. The Sound Nin jumped back and threw 3 shuriken at it. The shuriken passed right through the plant. Genjutsu, how stupid of me. He then rushed at Naruto once again, and when the plant went to attack he just let it, thinking it would pass straight through him. That was not the case, however, as he was swallowed up completely. He thrashed and yelled as he tried to break out of the plant, but was not even able to damage it. On the outside watched, with a smile, as the sound nin randomly waved him arms in the air and yelled something about letting him go. It seems the hallucinogenic L took effect perfectly. That combined with a little genjutsu I put on him, he's gone. Naruto immediately noticed that the bells had stopped making the noise. I was right in assuming that the bells are connected to him. Naruto now focused his attention on the only remaining sound nin. Is Orochimaru here? He asked in a fierce voice. Answer me. He growled. Suddenly determination flashed through her eyes. You'll never get to him. She pulled out her kunai, but before she could do anything Naruto squeezed harder and squashed her neck. I know the time limit on that paralysis a lot better than you. Thank you, that was all I needed to know, he said as he simply dropped the body. He looked over at the blocked door and smirked. Then charging up a Rasengan, he attached some chakra strings to it and used them to throw it at the wall right next to the door. The wall exploded, making a hole just big enough for Naruto to walk through. Unknown to Naruto, Kabuto had been watching him since he had entered the compound. This guy is good to be able to fight off the four sounds, thought Kabuto, contemplating whether he should go and fight him. Then just as Naruto was doing his lightning jutsu, the screen Kabuto was watching went black. What the? The electrical interference had knocked out the camera, leaving Kabuto in the dark about how the battle was progressing. Several minutes passed before Kabuto finally heard was an explosion that managed to knock out the camera in the next room. Damn it, looks like I will have to fight him. Kabuto, what is going on? Asked Orochimaru as he walked into the control room. We have an intruder, Orochimaru-sama, replied Kabuto. Then deal with him, he commanded. Yes, Orochimaru-sama, said Kabuto and left. Naruto, meanwhile, found himself in a large arena-type room. The ceiling was high enough to be able to do a large summon, and it was all made out of a yellow brick that had been sloshed all over it. This must be some sort of battle arena that Orochimaru uses for training and God knows what else. Suddenly his sense picked up another presence in the room. He turned his head and saw a figure on the opposite side. Well, you've made it thus far, but this will be the end of your journey, the figure said. Confident as ever, Kabuto, said Naruto coldly. Kabuto tilted his head and a small smirk grazed his lips. Naruto-kun, never though I'd see you again. You thought wrong, or didn't think enough, sneered Naruto, but it doesn't matter, I didn't come here for you. And why would you be after Orochimaru-sama? Asked Kabuto. None of your damn business, snarled Naruto, getting into a loose fighting stance. I've had it with this guy, he always seems to get on my nerves. Naruto-kun, why do you want to fight me? Said Kabuto calmly. We are so much alike. How do you figure that? We both left that horrible village, sided with the enemy and betrayed the trust out former comrades, answered Kabuto. Naruto could not find any way to argue against that, and here I am, putting myself in the righteous seat. I'm exactly like him, betrayed people that I used to call friends, even killed some of them. And why? For what? Because I was pissed off at them, so that I could complete my mission. My own selfish gains. Naruto's resolute face expression was faltering, but his darker side kicked in once more and Naruto remembered his original purpose here. Forget this he's feeding you. You have a different purpose here and he's just in the way. Naruto shook his head, the coldness returning to his eyes as got ready for battle. Naruto-kun, surely you remember what happened the last time we fought. Yeah, I kicked your ass. When I was taking it easy on you, but this time you won't walk away, since you don't have that legendary. Naruto see him off by throwing 3 shuriken at him. Kabuto dodged and attacked Naruto in close combat. Naruto dodged and blocked Kabuto's strikes and counter-attacked too, but was unable to get anything through Kabuto's defense. You've gotten better, Naruto-kun, remarked Kabuto. And you've gotten worse, taunted Naruto. Kabuto grimaced, did a few hand seals and his hand began to glow a greenish color. Gotten worse, have I? Said Kabuto and charged at Naruto. Naruto remembered that medical technique and knew what he had to do to be able to counter it. He also did several seals and thought, demonic, fire wave, however unlike regularly, Naruto made his armor be skin tight. Kabuto attacked aiming for Naruto's vital points, but was surprised when his attack didn't do anything. Did he block it? Didn't look like it, he must have gathered chakra to that one vital point, concluded Kabuto. He then assaulted Naruto again, aiming all over body. Naruto blocked some but wasn't really worried about the rest. Kabuto started getting frustrated and put more effort into his attacks, thus leaving himself open. Naruto did not miss the opportunity and punched Kabuto in the lower ribs and face, throwing him back slightly. How is he able to dodge my attacks? Wondered Kabuto. He failed to see Naruto doing some hand seals. Doton, Spike, said Naruto, tapping his foot on the ground several times. Several spikes shot up from under Kabuto, who was barely able to dodge them with a few scratches on his shins. Meanwhile, Naruto was already preparing to use another jutsu at the same time, Fuutan, Wind Tunnel. Kabuto had enough trouble escaping from the spikes that seemed to know exactly where he was going to land, and now Naruto had thrown in a wind attack. Kabuto knew that he could only dodge one of them, so he opted to avoid the wind attack, just as Naruto had predicted. I knew it, that's why I didn't pump a lot of chakra into it, Naruto chuckled mentally. Naruto then disappeared, reappearing right behind Kabuto and kicked him in the stomach, making him land in a wall. Before Kabuto had a chance to fall down to the ground, two earth spikes came out of the ground in front of him, curved towards him and pinned him through his thighs into the wall. Naruto walked over to Kabuto. You're wondering why your attacks were useless? He asked his struggling prisoner. Naruto then untightened his fire wave, letting all the 9 chakra tails be clearly visible. This is a little shield that I cooked up for myself. Though it has some offensive abilities too, explained Naruto calmly. He got even closer to Kabuto, his tail swinging furiously behind him. He mentally picked out Kabuto's 8 critical points and aimed the tails at each one. Then once he was in range, he pushed his tails straight through Kabuto. Naruto-kun, I have been expecting you to come visit me, said Orochimaru in a calm voice. Naruto turned around and just glared at him. I want to make you a proposition. A proposition? You're not pissed that I just K your personal S? Asked Naruto. No, he served his purpose, answered Orochimaru with a sly grin. What is this proposition of yours? Oh, it's very simple. I know that you hate Konoha and you know that I hate Konoha, so I thought we'd help each other out. So he wants to use me to destroy Konoha, and he actually thinks I'll trust him. Nope, sorry, that won't do, simply replied Naruto. Naruto, we're exactly the same, don't you see? He said with malicious smile. We have both devoted our lives to destroying that accursed place we grew up in. That's true, a part of me does want to destroy the Leaf Village. Completely erasing the history of my youth. Am I running away from it? Wondered Naruto. You came here now to K me, it was more of a statement than a question. You're obviously doing this to test yourself. Naruto's head perked up a little, Orochimaru's grin widened. Surprised that I know this, Naruto? It's easily seen actually, continued Orochimaru. And there's only one reason that could possibly be motivating you. You want to K your childhood teacher, just like I did. He licked his lips at the fond memory. Naruto grimaced, he's right, and afterwards I'll be licking my lips just like him. A sudden sadness washed over Naruto. All these years I've hated Orochimaru and Kabuto, but actually, I'm exactly like them. Naruto was hit hard by this revelation. What have I become? He suddenly remembered the past few months in the sand. Is this why Kankuro and Temari were wary of me? Because I reminded him of how Gaara was like. Would I even hesitate to K any of them? His thoughts went to all the people he had left behind in Konoha, and he realized that he could easily K everyone without even a second's pause. It scared him. No, Orochimaru, I won't join forces with you, said Naruto forcefully. I won't be like this anymore. This part of me will deal with him, and that's a promise. Naruto-kun, I could grant you unimaginable power. Orochimaru was sharply off. Don't tempt me with power, I have plenty of my own, said Naruto. And it had instantly managed to corrupt me, Naruto concluded sadly. Naruto-kun, you're making this difficult then. I don't need your cursed seal, I already have enough dark power. Actually more than any stupid seal could ever provide, sneered Naruto. At this Orochimaru's face darkened and the smile fell. Then I shall K you for refusing my generous gift and offer. Orochimaru then activated his Kanashibari no Jutsu, body freeze technique, and tried to stare down Naruto. However, Naruto simply activated his demon eyes and glared right back. If he keeps glaring like this, I'll just use hell and end it, thought Naruto, amused at the slightly surprised look on Orochimaru's face. A lot of things have changed since we fought last. Orochimaru, unsatisfied with his jutsu's result, charged at Naruto, but at the last second disappeared and instead made a fireball fly right at Naruto's back. Naruto didn't have time to dodge and took it head on. Orochimaru smirked, that is until a poof was heard and he realized that that had been a clone. Meanwhile, the real Naruto had actually witnessed the entire conversation from the shadows on the far side of the room. As soon as his clone was eliminated, he did a few quick seals and tapped his foot softly. Doton, explosion, he whispered. The ground under Orochimaru rumbled lightly and exploded, sending him into a wall, but he also disappeared in a cloud of smoke. However, Naruto knew exactly where he was. You smell too much like snake, my friend, and foxes hate snakes. Naruto instantly used split and had the clone run straight toward Orochimaru. Orochimaru thought that he had forced Naruto to come out and so went forward to fight him. Naruto went to kick Orochimaru in the head, but he blocked counter-attacking with a punch to Naruto's side. Naruto twisted his body making Orochimaru miss and used that momentum for a sideways kick. The snake Sannin saw through this and jumped back. He held his palm upwards and blew out a fireball at Naruto. Naruto had already seen this move before and knew what was going to happen, so by the time that the fireball was coming at him, Naruto's clone had already prepared a kawarimi and reappeared right behind Orochimaru. Damn it, cursed Naruto, I'll see if can find him another way then. Naruto put his palm on the wall and began creating vines. Good, the floor isn't thick enough to stop them, so can also track him. Suddenly Naruto sensed danger and barely managed to avoid a snake bite. The snake chased after Naruto, but he kept avoiding it. Naruto finally split into 3 clones, and while the snake was distracted with the clones he doubled back, took out his katana and chopped off the snake's head. However, as soon as he had done that he received a fierce kick to the side and flew into the wall. Naruto looked up to see the Kusanagi no Tsurugi, grasscutter blade, coming out of Orochimaru's mouth, and knew he was in for a sword fight. As soon as the sword was completely out, Orochimaru then made it fly straight at Naruto, who was able to block with his own. On the next strike, Naruto not only had to block the Kusanagi, but also avoid a Doton explosion that Orochimaru had done. I can't counterattack a sword, I'll have to go straight for the controller, concluded Naruto. He then parried another attack while doing a dozen one-handed seals. Raiten, Nova. Electricity went flying in a ring around Naruto, hitting everything in its path and also illuminating the entire room. So even though Orochimaru managed to dodge it by jumping over it, Naruto instantly made his position. Fuuten, hurricane winds, said Naruto as he directed the attack at the mid-air Orochimaru. Unrelenting in his attack, Naruto put away his katana and did several more hand seals. Fuuten, wind tunnel. Naruto poured in more chakra than normal into the attack, making sure that Orochimaru couldn't just use his sword. As soon as the beginning of the attack hit, Orochimaru realized that his sword trick won't work this time, so he quickly unsummoned it and did several hand seals. Fuuten, wind barrier, he whispered. The wind attack and defense collided, nullifying each other completely. Orochimaru landed safely not far from where Naruto was standing. He immediately noticed that that last attack had taken a lot out of Naruto and seized the opportunity. He charged Naruto and kicked him hard in the face, followed up by a kick to the gut that sent him into a wall. Before Naruto could get up, a horde of punches was thrown at him, and only stopped when he began falling face forward to the ground. However, at the last moment, Naruto put his hands out in front of him, pushed up and kicked Orochimaru while doing a front flip. One foot kicking him in the chest, the other in the face, both throwing him back a little. While in the handstand, Naruto generated chakra to his hands, Doton, spike, and a spike appeared right under Orochimaru, who barely had enough time to jump away with only a small scratch on his ankle. However, he did not notice the second spike that came up right behind him until he was right now to it. Doton, spike explosion, thought Naruto while flipping himself over. The spike exploded and sent Orochimaru tumbling along the ground. Orochimaru stood up to see a giant fireball coming at him. He quickly ran through several dozen seals and said, Kuchio's no jutsu, Edo Tensei. A portal appeared under his feet and out of it came a coffin. I've heard about this technique, thought Naruto. He's raising the D and using the coffin as a shield. I sure as hell don't want to know who it's going to be. But how to stop it? Naruto had to think fast. but fortunately quickly noticed that Orochimaru was maintaining the summoning. That's it, it'll drain a bunch of chakra, but affect him directly. Naruto quickly went through quite a bit of hand seals and said, Kinjutsu Kaiten, Lake of Fire. Naruto made the fire start right under Orochimaru and extend out over half the arena. Orochimaru managed to jump up on the wall and out of the fire, but was shocked that Naruto could make fire appear out of nowhere, a kinjutsu that I do not know. Perhaps I shouldn't K him just yet, he mused. After making sure the summoning of the D wasn't a problem, Naruto crouched down and put his palm on the floor. He knew exactly where Orochimaru was hiding out from the fire and instantly directed his vines there, making them burst straight through the wall around Orochimaru, who climbed even higher to avoid them. Damn it, I can't maintain both jutsus, cursed Naruto and released the Lake of Fire, but put more effort into the vines directing him down to the ground, knowing that Orochimaru would come down off the wall. Just as predicted, once the fire was extinguished, Orochimaru jumped down off the wall and was instantly surrounded by the vines. He then decided to fight them by using a Kaiten jutsu to burn them. Naruto saw this and had the vines release their L. Orochimaru saw the L surrounding him through the fire and knew the only out was up. He knew he couldn't fly, so he did the next best thing. He bit his thumb, ran it down the tattoo on his arm and said, Kuchio's no jutsu. Orochimaru appeared on top of a mid-sized snake, which crushed all the vines. He then noticed Naruto also biting his thumb. Toads are useless in enclosed areas, don't you know? Oh really? Naruto then did 4 hand seals and said, Kuchio's. As the smoke was starting to clear, Orochimaru could see something swaying in the back of the summoning, but figured it was just the swords. Then suddenly a loud menacing growl was heard from inside the clouds. Yes, Kichi, we're having snake tonight, said Naruto in a low voice. When the clouds finally cleared, there was Naruto on top of a silver fox slightly larger than Orochimaru's snake. Its tail was swaying furiously behind it. You were saying something about toads? Asked Naruto sarcastically, and Orochimaru scowled. Kichi did not even wait for a command and instantly jumped at the snake. Naruto also used that opportunity to direct a dozen fireballs at Orochimaru and his snake. He quickly cage-bushing them, making it several hundred. Orochimaru managed to raise a barrier for himself, but the snake took the fireballs head-on. It hissed in pain and lunged itself into a reckless attack against the fox. Kichi, being well trained against snakes. Orochimaru had long since jumped down from the snake's head and watched the death of his summoning from the shadows. As soon as Naruto had unsummoned the fox, Orochimaru attacked. Doton, mudslide, he said, making a mud wave crash into the Doton barrier that Naruto had put up. Orochimaru did not relent there and circled around Naruto doing Kaiten, Kuryu Enden. Naruto once again put up the Doton barrier, unknowingly playing right into Orochimaru's trap. Once Orochimaru saw this, he made a clone, while he jumped up and over the Doton barrier. The clone did a few quick hand seals and s its palms into the ground, saying, Doton, quicksand, and a moment later the real Orochimaru attacked from about, saying, Kaiten, Kuryu Enden. Naruto found himself trapped by the quicksand jutsu, but before he could get out of it, another attack rained down from above. His clothes, hair and skin were slightly burned before the finally activated his demonic technique, Fire Wave. Thankfully Kyuubi's chakra recovered him within a minute. Unfortunately, as soon as he came out of the fire wave, his opponent was right there ready to beat him to a pulp. I'm running low on chakra, cursed Naruto while dodging. Wait, those are estimates for a series, but what about one attack? Naruto mentally recalculated how much chakra he had available. Great, so if I can get that attack to stick and get it halfway or more, I'll be fine. Naruto prepared himself mentally and physically. Naruto managed to pause the attack by hitting Orochimaru in the stomach and throwing him back out of reach. He then quickly went through 24 hand seals and focused the chakra to his fingertips and had soon started moving them slightly. Meanwhile, Orochimaru recovered and was ready to charge at Naruto again, but found that his limbs wouldn't move. What the hell? It's as is all my muscles are numb. Orochimaru wondered what had happened. He looked up at Naruto, who was smirking. Quote, Naruto noticed the confusion and absolute fear on his opponent's face and decided to explain his technique. I simply attached chakra strings to you and using electricity numbed the places where the chakra strings are attached so that you had no idea they were there. Once attached, I can send chakra through the strings, which on contact with your skin changes into electricity, and I can direct it anywhere in your body. If shot at the brain, the nervous system will get screwed up and the person won't be able to move, as you can see right now. I call it Kinjutsu Raiten, electric wave. However, there is a complement to this jutsu. How about we try that one out? An evil look covered his face. Naruto then brought his hand forward and started closing it slowly. Orochimaru felt his chest getting hotter and hotter. Electric funeral, beautiful, no, concluded Naruto with a sadistic smile. He then walked up to Orochimaru and chopped off his head, putting in his bag for later. For exactly what, he wasn't sure yet. As soon as he had done that, the world blurred and he fell down unconscious from overusing his chakra. Several hours later he woke up in darkness to an unfamiliar ceiling. Where the hell am I? Turning his head a little he saw the headless body of Orochimaru. Oh right, now I remember, thought Naruto as he slowly got up and silently thanked the Kyuubi for its regenerative capabilities. He picked up the bag with the head and made his way out the darkness of Orochimaru's lair and into the bright sunlight of the forest. Naruto looked down at the head in his bag. I should at least tell his village that they are free from him. He then regained his bearings and went off in the direction of the Sound Village, all the while contemplating his revenge on Jiraiya. Is it selfish of me to want to get him back for Kei Itachi? Wondered Naruto. I really don't want to be like Orochimaru, respected out of fear. I want people to respect and recognize me for who I am, not the image that I carry around. Itachi tried to carry an image not his own, mused Naruto, getting angry after the last part, for that bastard with a one-track mind, who can't even take the F hint. Naruto growled, wanting to beat the S out of him again. He sat in on a tree branch overlooking the Sound Village. It looked so peaceful, kinda like the leaf. Where the hell did that come from? Wondered Naruto. Then again, it wouldn't have such a bad reputation if it wasn't for Orochimaru. Well, he's gone now, and with him the old me. Naruto looked back out at the village. To think that an entire village could be hounded by just the cage. He looked back and forth between the bag in his hand and the Sound Village. I wonder. That will be all for this video. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, and comment down below for more videos. Goodbye.